Hello, this is Yoda from Dominations on November 11th, 2016 with my first World War attack and a quick update. My market finished and I now have full capacity of the gold at 7.5. Another 6 hours and my mill will finish. And then I probably will switch over and update my ballista tower and turn it into a cannon. And the other thing I did is I started on the 1st to 5 for the Brandenburg Gate. So we have that going. And now let's get into the war. Okay, so it just started just over 15 minutes ago. We've got 3 attacks in. I really like these numbers. So 21 hit the mirror, 11, 17, and 1 and 1. And we got 5 stars in all of them. This is a 25 player war. And in this war, I am ranked at number 15. So we are going to... There we go, and then on this side, there, got a couple in. So, there we go. So, the plan is to hit my mirror, number 15. It looks to be a relatively simple task. Same thing, I go 140, so it's 11 points below me. It's an industrial. It has no coalitions. It has a small alliance gate, so there's not going to be a lot of troops, but it still can be a howitzer that comes out and really does damage. The person has got all these stables, so they have an update, so no tanks. The generals are only level 10. Nothing to be overly concerned about. Mortars have been upgraded to EA, and the 2 cannons here have been upgraded to industrial age, so they could hurt. All of the troops and stables and that are down here. So when it's grouped like this, and I know why, it's the Acropolis, so these spawn a lot quicker, and so I got to be careful that I don't get swarmed with troops, and that's where my planes can come into play. What I want to do is say, okay, if I'm sending in, first off, what I do is I look now for the center. And the reason I look for the center, which is going to be coming up here, and the center of the game, even if they haven't cleared the forest. So my center is going to be somewhere around here, which means if I click anywhere in this triangle, the planes are coming from this side. If I click anywhere, and we'll just go sort of in this triangle, planes are coming here, here, and here. So that's how sort of the planes work. So if I'm then wanting to say, okay, I want to avoid the anti-aircraft, and nothing in this one, but if I want to do like the towers, because the towers will hurt and so on and so forth, what I will do is I will look at what do I need to take out, and this area here is very dangerous for planes. So if I'm sending them in here, planes will sort of come in here and they'll turn around probably somewhere around here, zoop around and make sure themselves get they will be killed. So I'm sort of ideally probably wanting to here, because if the planes come in here and turn around here, there's not much. And if I also take these out, and then I have free run. So that's something that I've been now trying to remember and play with. So there's really on this one a number of options. It's just pretty open to attack. I can attack here, take out the fort. My guess is if it was me, I'd be putting traps around the fort right here, because that's a lot of people might want to look at doing that. We also know there's probably traps here, and there's an opening here, and there's traps here. Other than that, it's sort of a guess. There might be traps down here. A lot of people put traps down here, so if someone comes in right off the bat, they're going to get taken out. But important not to get paralyzed by traps, and just make your plans trying to be aware of them. What I normally try to do, if you've been following, is I try to rally to take out mortars, because with shooters and that's going to hurt. So because another option is I could drop down here and look at taking out these guys right away. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually drop, let me just change this up here. And so I'm going to drop back here. And what that does is when troops move, they look for buildings in a circle. It's almost sort of like a radar. So when they come out, this gets taken first, and then it says what's next, and this, and this, and so they keep moving this way. If I dropped here, which is one thought, what happens is is they start to get pulled in different directions, and that happened a couple attacks to me. If you watch, my artillery started walking away, and then it made it very difficult to bring everybody back after that. So the plan is on this one, I'm going to drop up here and let them come in here, and as it starts to clean out, I'm going to watch the time, and I'm going to look at rallying. And either because there's an opening here, I can rally right there, and there's going to be a location rally, and either this is gone or I'll just rally right on the path, which could be again traps, but that's going to be number 2. I'm then going to sabotage these 3. I'm going to sabotage here the town center and the mortar. So now what happens is, as they come in, the only thing, and it depends on how well they've been working. If they're working in unison all the way here, I'll let them go and then rally just at the end, because it would be nice to have these towers gone. Because then when that comes in, I come in here, they'll take out the mortar, the town center, this mortar, and then I can look at doing later on another sabotage somewhere either here, or it's Korean, so I also want to be careful with those defenders out of the command post. So that's the plan. I'm also going to want to remember to do my protect when I rally, and just be mindful of these cannons down here. And the last thing I got to be mindful of is not to get over swarmed with troops, defenders, and that's where the planes will come in. And if I can come in here and take out these air defenses, then my planes can have pretty much free run to continue to keep the defenders under control. I'm going to try to not use my mercs right at the beginning. If I need the mercs, I'll drop them down by the garrisons and the stables, and they're very handy on taking out the defenders. And I still have my 3 Flampanzers until I use them from the event, and so that is the plan. So let's do an attack. Let's quickly, I want to just make sure we still only have 3 yet. Okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, we got 4 sabotages because there's no need for betrayal. There's no tanks, there's no bunkers. We have the same setup. I earlier tried a heavy tank, and I didn't like that. The heavy tank just sort of, I found slow, and I find these tanks go directly for the defensive buildings, which I really like. The 2 generals, and I've got howitzers coming in. Also 3 planes, check. So let's do this attack. Okay, so also just make sure there's nothing down below, and we can zoom in and check the bottom, and there's nothing in the corner that's going to, nothing in any of the corners, surprisingly, so, which is fine. Let's just zoom in a little. Perfect. Actually, let's just zoom right in, and then we're going to drop, and takes forever. And there's no sniper tower to be concerned about. There we go. Okay. As suspected, they quickly are coming in. So now what do we want to do? We want to move over here. I'm going to sabotage, and I'm going to sabotage. And there goes my rally location. And as soon as they come in, I'm going to protect them. There goes the mortar. Come on, come on. Get in. Jeez, choppy. Very choppy. I hope I don't crash. So now, we hope they sort of work through the middle. But that's not happening. Okay, so we got this mortar coming. Okay, I'm going to... oh, too late. Didn't need to. Got taken out. So you see, here comes all of the troops. So we're just going to send in our planes from this side, because I've got all of the all of this cleared out, which I wanted to have cleared out, so I don't have to worry about them. Boom, all the troops go bye-bye. And see, they keep spawning, so as soon as the planes come back, we're just going to send the planes back here, cleaning out all of the troops. Oh, we've got a tank up here that probably can need some, but it's... So what am I going to do? I'm going to protect now, like I said. Oh, see, that's spawning. So there we go. We froze the general, and we're going to bring everybody here. I was going to look at rallying on the fort, but as soon as it fell and everybody was working on it, everybody would stop, and I wanted everybody. There we go. We got it, and we're going to get the command post, and we're golden. So we're going to send in more planes to clean up these troops, to keep giving. I haven't lost a single artillery, and I still have 30 shooters left. I lost my tank here due to the traps. And this is looking very good. Still haven't needed my mercs. And that was it, with over a minute left. Executed according to plan, and the plan worked. Alright. Yes, only 7 shooters, only 1 tank, and 1 healer. Very happy with that. I even remembered to use my protect. It's always nice when a plan is executed and the plan actually works. There we go. Okay. Very nice. So I'm just going to now, how did the generals do? I always like to know. 13 minutes for Cleo and 17 hours. So Nobunga took a bit of a hit, but I left my Joan and Alexander for the next one, and we'll just retrain everything. And that won't take very long, and just let the generals go. And there you have it. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And until next time, bye-bye.